Good afternoon. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. Several illegal activities marred gold rush in Mufumbwe district. Serenge District Council chairperson arrested for corruption. 60 days after fire tears through Iraq shopping center, officials say. This bulletin is live on our Facebook, Radio Zambia, and YouTube channel 5FM Radio Zambia. With details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mlenga has revealed that the recent gold rush in Mufumbwe was marred by numerous illegal activities. Speaking when he featured on the Thursday edition of the Burning Issue program, Mr. Mlenga expressed deep concern over the lawlessness that characterized the gold rush. He has disclosed that several individuals involved in the mining activities were operating without licenses, and some were even armed, posing serious risk to public safety. The minister noted that the presence of armed illegal miners may have contributed to the tragic loss of lives, with 3 people confirmed dead during the chaotic events. He underscored that such behavior not only undermines the rule of law but also threatens national security and the integrity of the mining sector. Mr. Mlenga reiterated the government's commitment to bringing order to the mining industry and ensuring that the country are exploited in a safe, legal, and beneficial for all citizens.
Answer your question that you have spoken about Mufumbo Chibusawandi. It is a sorry sight, a regrettable sight, and I lament the lives that were lost. But let me tell you first what happened, which led even to the losing of lives. And now, it is a sad development that we lose, and there is no justifiable cause to losing lives. But let me tell you, kumufumbwa kudya mwebe na Zambia cha number 1 ndefo kumilomba. A time must come when we became patriotic. Nga mwaya kudya kumufumbwa kunyi mukasanga bamwisa bafyalo fimbi. Ebale tumabe na Zambia no kupela tu machine mben godi ero nga mwaimba godi mule tupela tu ashita pakanya mpukuswaka.
And Mr. Mlenga has noted the need for reduction of prices of poultry products, among others, following economic improvements the country is recording.
And now they are producing copper. Mopani is producing copper. Luwana is producing copper. Kansanshi is producing copper. Mwambokula shicha kufyalo fimbi. Mwambokula kwata mwechi betat forex, foreign exchange. Ichini dollar. Yambokula isa mchalo. Yambokula akosha nomba economy yenu. We're producing more. The largest amount of copper Zambia has produced must be 800,000 metric tons. This year, the projection is that we should produce even 1 million metric tons of copper, the first in the country. Meaning, when we produce more, we sell more forex comes, the country stabilizes. I want to thank the Zambian public all across the country. Na kuchishamo, Luapula, Muchinga, Northern, nenche ndeshimbyo kuba kwetemfula, balidi masana.
The Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC) has arrested Serenge District Council chairperson for corruption involving 20,000 kwacha. Stavius Mulumba, aged 43, was arrested and charged with 1 count of corrupt practices by a public officer, contrary to the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012 of the laws of Zambia. Head Corporate Communications Timothy Mono says on a date unknown but between 1st August 2021 and 31st October 2021, in Serenge District, being a public officer serving as council chairperson under the Ministry of Local Government, did corruptly solicit 20,000 kwacha and actually received 15,000 kwacha as an inducement or reward for facilitating the allocation of a plot by Serenge District Council to a non-Serenge resident. Mr. Mono says investigations revealed that Mr. Mulumba intercepted a non-resident of Serenge from applying for a plot and promised to facilitate the allocation himself. He says the suspect allegedly directed council officials to identify a plot for allocation and demanded to be paid 20,000 kwacha and actually received 15,000 kwacha for facilitating the plot's allocation by Serenje District Council. Mr. Ono says the suspect has since been released on bond and is scheduled to appear in court soon. The Alliance for Accountability Advocates Zambia AAAZ has called on the government to go beyond public announcements and provide detailed, verifiable data regarding the reported improvement in drug availability in public health facilities. AAAZ Executive Director Uchembe Chilufya says that while the organization acknowledges the update presented during the stock taking meeting, on drug availability, noting an increase from 46% in 2021 to a projected 80.5% in 2025. It believes such progress must be assessed not only through statistics but also through people's lived experiences. Mr. Chilufya commends the government's increased investment in the pharmaceutical funding, but emphasizes that figures alone, without transparency and accountability, offer limited reassurance to communities that continue to face gaps in access to life saving medicine. He stresses the importance of considering the broader context, noting that just 2 months ago, in May 2025, the United States government suspended critical health aid to Zambia, citing systematic threats and misuse of donated medicines. Mr. Chilufya says this action exposed deep cracks in the drug supply chain, prompting national audits and renewed promises of reform.
An organization, we therefore urge the Ministry of Health and the Zambian Medicines and Medical Supply Agency to provide a broken down of the 80%, 8.5% drug availability statistics, clearly indicating which regions in which categories of medicines are now constantly available. We also call for the public release of the forensic audit report into drug theft and for a clear update on how the government intends to sustain medicine supply and access following the suspension of the US health funding, which is expected to take full effect by January 2026.
Medical for Quality Healthcare in Zambia Director General Quince Mwabu has expressed serious concern over recent allegations of corruption and mismanagement at the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency ZAMSA. Reports revealing a staggering 1,600% markup on essential medicines have not only shocked the public but also threatened the integrity of Zambia's healthcare system. Dr. Mwabu has called for a comprehensive overhaul of ZAMSA's procurement processes, emphasizing the urgent need for increased transparency and accountability. The organization insists that meaningful reform must include the establishment of stringent monitoring systems, robust whistleblower protection, and strict penalties for corrupt activities. He urged Zamsa to take immediate, decisive steps to correct the damage caused by these unethical practices, ensuring life saving medicines are purchased at fair prices. He furthermore advocates for redirecting the financial savings towards enhancing healthcare saving services and infrastructure, thereby reinforcing the well-being and dignity of Zambian citizens. Dr. Mabu also called on the government and relevant authorities to hold those responsible with ZAMSA accountable and to enforce legal consequences without exceptions.
As MKZ, we demand that ZAMSA takes immediate and decisive action to rectify the damages caused by these corrupt practices. This includes ensuring that life-saving medicines are procured at a fair price and that the savings redirected towards improving healthcare services and infrastructure. The people of Zambia deserve nothing less than a healthcare system that prioritizes their well-being, dignity, and right to quality medical care. We also call upon the government and relevant authorities to hold ZAMS accountable for its action and to ensure that those responsible for this egregious act face the full force of the law.
And in other news trending this afternoon, Sales and Marketing Manager at Asian Medicals Enterprise, Mr. Ailas Patel, has raised concerns over the lack of adequate infrastructure for biomedical engineering students in Zambia. Road safety advocacy group Safety for People on the Move has described the loss of 43 lives during the Heroes and Unity holidays as a national disaster, calling for urgent and sustained action to address the crisis in Zambia's roads. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Commuters' Rights Association of Zambia, CRAS, and the Zambia Consumer Association, ZACA, are disappointed by the conduct of transporters and bus drivers associations who have failed to implement the reduced bus fares approved by the Road Transport and Safety Agency, RATSA, over the past 3 months from April to June. ZACA Executive Secretary Juba Sakala observes that RATSA, through the established fare adjustment mechanism, approved reductions in bus fares for local routes, intermine town routes, and long-distance routes in line with the consistent downward adjustments in fuel prices. Mr. Sakala says these reductions were made in good faith with the expectation that the benefits would be passed on to commuters. He noted that the Transporters and Bus Drivers Associations have deliberately withheld the implementation of these reductions, thereby depriving commuters of their rightful benefit. And he says this behavior is not only selfish but also borders on economic sabotage, as it undermines government's effort to cushion the cost of living for ordinary Zambians. Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in foreign news, a fire that tore through a shopping center in the Iraqi city of Kut has left at least 60 dead, officials said. The blaze at the mall, which had reportedly opened 5 days ago, broke out on Wednesday night and has since been brought under control. Social media videos showed firefighters rescuing people from the mall's roof, but state media reported that many are still missing. And in sports news, the Copper Queens had held their first training session in Casablanca last evening as they continued preparations for Friday's Total Energies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON 2024 quarterfinal against Nigeria. The session took place at the Raja Club Athletic Academy, with Coach Nora and her technical team guiding the players through tactical drills and match preparedness. The entire squad was involved, and in the mood in the camp remained positive and focused, with players showing intensity and sharpness throughout the workout. Earlier in the day, the team made the trip from Rabat to Casablanca, where they will be based for the next phase of the tournament. Zambia will face Nigeria at 18 hours Central African time on Friday, 18th July at the Labizoli Stadium in Casablanca, and the fixture is a repeat of the 2022 AFCON bronze medal match, which the Copper Queens won 1-0. Both Zambia and Nigeria reached the knockout stage unbeaten, each finishing on 7 points with 2 wins and 1 draw in their respective groups. Zambia placing second in Group A, Nigeria topping Group B. In the afternoon weather report, Copperbelt, Muchinga, Eastern, Central, and Lusaka provinces, including the eastern parts of Southern Province, partly cloudy, windy at times, and warm to hot. Maximum temperature will range from 23 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius. The evening will be partly cloudy, slightly windy, and mild. Western, northwestern, Luapula, and northern provinces, including the western parts of southern province, few clouds, windy at times, and warm to hot. Maximum temperature will range from 24 degrees to 31 degrees Celsius. The evening will have mainly clear skies, windy at times, and mild to cool. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mlenga has revealed that the recent gold rush in Mufumbwe was marred by numerous illegal activities. The Anti-Corruption Commission has arrested Serengeti District Council chairperson for corruption involving 20,000 kwacha. And finally, a fire that tore through a shopping mall in the Iraqi city of Kars has left at least 60 dead, officials said. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy hour of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.